You're about to hear something that will change your perspective and, more importantly, the way you act. This isn't just another audiobook. It's a direct challenge to comfort and procrastination. It's an invitation to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating your own, right now. In these words, you'll discover the power of turning your dreams into tangible achievements. This isn't about empty aspirations or unreachable goals. It's about powerful actions. The clarity to choose your ambitions, the perseverance to overcome any obstacle, and the courage to fail and learn from it. The world is filled with opportunities waiting for you, but only if you choose to take that first step, without fear, without excuses. Are you ready to leave behind distractions, self-sabotage, and the fears that have held you back? This audiobook will guide you to see how authenticity, consistent action, and an unwavering mindset can bring you closer to what you've always wanted. And no, it's not about finding the easy way out. It's about choosing the right ambition, making firm decisions, and acting with purpose. Remember, there's no perfect moment. You create the perfect moment through every step you take, even when things seem uncertain. It doesn't matter how big your dream is. What matters is that today, here, and now, you can start making it a reality. This is the first step on a path that will transform your life. Are you ready to walk it? The life you dream of is within your reach, but only if you're brave enough to take the first step toward it. It's easy to look at others and see how they seem to reach their goals effortlessly, while you, despite your attempts and efforts, feel trapped in an endless cycle of frustration and failure. The difference isn't in the circumstances, it's in the clarity with which each person sees their path to happiness. It's that clarity that makes the difference between living for the sake of living and living with purpose. Often the biggest obstacle is the fear of starting. Most people stop before they begin, not due to a lack of desire, but because they don't know where to start. They feel lost in a sea of thoughts, ideas, and doubts, which seem relevant but only create more confusion. In the midst of this mental chaos, it can be hard to find the right direction. However, there is an essential truth that must sink deeply into you. The path is already inside you. You have all the answers you need. You just have to make room for them. Learn to listen to the silence around you and trust in your ability to find the clarity you seek. Each one of us is designed with an internal compass. It's simply a matter of learning to interpret its guidance. The first step is simple, but not easy. It requires letting go of what no longer serves you, what holds you back and limits you. It's a lesson in detachment, discerning between what truly nourishes your purpose and what merely keeps you tied to what no longer benefits you. This is where many stop, the fear of the unknown and the discomfort of change. But the process of transformation is not always smooth or predictable. Sometimes it's necessary to confront the shadows of the past and release limiting beliefs that have stayed with you for far too long. Mindfulness is the key to overcoming this barrier. By focusing your mind on what truly matters, you give yourself permission to build a life aligned with your deepest ambitions. This focus empowers you to transform your habits, your thoughts, and ultimately, your life. True strength doesn't come from brute force, but from the calm with which you face every situation. The internal work of aligning your thoughts and actions with your most authentic vision creates the foundation on which everything else is built. Sure, along the way, difficulties and obstacles will continue to arise. No one is exempt from facing challenges, and there may be times when it seems like everything is against you. But here's where the magic lies. In those moments of adversity, don't give up. It's in those moments that you can access an infinite source of resilience, love, and hope that resides within you. This is the fuel that drives you forward, even when everything seems at a standstill. Life is not always about the outcomes, but the courage to keep going despite the tough moments. Your time is valuable and limited, and you cannot afford to stay stuck waiting for the conditions to be perfect. Perfection is a myth that only paralyzes. The time to act is now. Every day you delay your dreams is another day you're delaying the life you deserve. The dreams you've put off for so long can become a reality if you dare to shift your perspective. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about taking what you have in your hands and turning it into an opportunity. You've taken the first step by reading this text. Now you must commit to acting with faith and determination. Faith, in this case, is not blind. It's a deep conviction that your ability to create something meaningful is greater than any obstacle you face. Every decision you make, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want to build. Remember, it's not about giant leaps, but about small, steady advances. It won't be easy, that's for sure. But in life, what truly matters never comes in the simplest way. With the guidance of your intuition, introspection, and faith in something greater than yourself, the path to your goals will reveal itself, step by step. The true reward isn't just in what you'll achieve, but in who you become along the way. For the greatest achievement isn't the destination, but the evolution you experience on the journey. The future you long for is just one decision away. The life you desire is closer than you think, and it all begins with your decision to take the first step. The key to turning your dreams into reality lies in authenticity. This concept, so simple in its statement, is much more complex when put into practice. Authenticity is not just about being yourself in all contexts, but about having the courage to connect with your deepest essence and, from there, make decisions aligned with your true being. And to achieve this, it's essential to surround yourself with people who truly support you. It's not about finding someone with the same interests or goals, but about having a companion who deeply believes in you. Sometimes, the true strength of a relationship doesn't lie in similarities, but in the ability to bring something unique to the table that, when combined, enhances both of you. The differences between you can become a powerful force to bring out the best in each other, highlighting individual strengths that together can take you further than you could ever imagine on your own. It's fascinating how the genuine support of others can be a source of energy that amplifies your own potential. When someone believes in you more than you believe in yourself, that trust becomes a constant reminder of what you're capable of achieving. Sometimes all we need is a little external push to break through our own internal limitations. However, it's crucial to understand that no plan, no matter how well structured, will save you from failure. Mistakes and obstacles are inevitable. In life, there is no infallible formula that guarantees a path without stumbling. Sometimes, life will require leaps at moments when you have the most doubts. But these moments of uncertainty are precisely what forge you. While you may not be able to control every situation, you can control how you respond to them. And that capacity for response is what, in the long run, will determine your success. Prepare yourself to face challenges because every stumble is merely an opportunity to learn and grow. Every fall gives you a new perspective, a new level of understanding. Adversity, if faced with the right attitude, becomes fertile ground for learning and transformation. Remember, God has patience with our failures, and you must do the same with yourself. The key is to be kind to yourself in the process, recognizing that mistakes are simply lessons in disguise as failure. Failure does not define you, but the way you rise does. Every time you face a challenge, you have the opportunity to redefine your relationship with adversity. Life will challenge you more the harder you try, and that's part of the process. Difficulties are not signs that you're on the wrong path, but proof that you're pushing your limits. What truly matters is not allowing limiting beliefs to become impenetrable barriers. The greatest trap of all is thinking that you already know everything, that there's nothing more to learn. The truth is, learning is an ongoing process, a perpetual invitation to curiosity. Curiosity and the willingness to learn are the forces that will keep you in constant evolution. Don't stop at the first no, at the first criticism. Ask questions to those you admire. Some won't answer, but many will support your desire to improve. Every question, every search for advice, is an open door to a new understanding of yourself and the world around you. Where to begin? The answer is simple, though not always easy to execute. Start by getting to know yourself. We live in a world that constantly invites us to look outward, to compare ourselves to others. But true discovery begins when we look inward. It's much easier to observe others than to look within yourself. But that's the only way to discover who you truly are and to recognize the starting point of your journey toward your goals. Knowing yourself is not just an intellectual exercise, it's an act of courage, of radical honesty. Don't be afraid to be honest with yourself, to observe your light and shadows with the same curiosity. Be aware of your deepest motivations, of what truly moves you, because this is not about what others expect of you, but about what you need and desire at the deepest level of your being. In the end, only you can define what makes you feel full and satisfied. It's essential to replace what you have tolerated with what you truly desire. Excessive tolerance of what doesn't nourish you only perpetuates stagnation. If you find yourself trapped in a dead-end job or a toxic relationship, you probably already know it, even though it's hard to express. That persistent discomfort is a sign that something is not in its right place. Acknowledging your situation is the first step toward transforming it. This process of honesty may be uncomfortable, even painful, but it's a liberating act. Do it with courage, because this exercise in honesty should not discourage you, but drive you toward change. Remember that bravery does not mean the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Acknowledging the problem is an essential part of the solution. If you want to move forward, you cannot ignore the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. The truth has a transformative power, and although we sometimes fear confronting it, it is the only way to move toward change. And now, what is it that you truly desire? This is one of the hardest questions to answer because people often give up on their dreams when obstacles seem insurmountable. But it's precisely that persistence, that determination to keep dreaming when the road looks dark, that fuels your creativity and gives you the tools to make your dreams a reality. Never underestimate the power of persistence, because it is persistence that turns the impossible into the possible. Identifying your purpose involves eliminating everything that distracts you, everything that doesn't bring you fulfillment. At times, the greatest challenge is not finding what we want, but freeing ourselves from what we don't need. Everything that does not resonate with your true ambition must be let go of. This is an act of purification, of releasing what no longer belongs to you to make space for the new. Authenticity is not just an ideal, but a courageous act of facing your insecurities head-on and letting go of superficiality. By doing so, you'll discover an inner strength that will lead you to create a life that truly belongs to you, without ties or limitations. That life, that authenticity, is yours to create. Choosing your purpose in life can feel like standing in front of a bookstore filled with millions of options. The variety is so overwhelming that it seems impossible to find the right path. But the first thing you need to understand is that you can't pursue all ambitions at the same time. Life, in all its complexity, offers us a multiplicity of possibilities, but the true power lies in choosing a direction and committing to it. The key is to decide what you truly want. And once you make that decision, you will feel more focused and determined. The moment of choice is liberating because it brings clarity and allows you to start walking without the paralysis of indecision. Begin by writing down everything you dream of, without filters, without judgment. Often, our fear of looking foolish or the pressure of societal expectations leads us to downplay our true aspirations. Make a list of everything that excites you, even those ideas you forgot or thought were no longer relevant. It can be as simple as wanting to adopt a dog, or as grand as creating a company that changes the world. Don't limit yourself. Everything counts. The smallest ideas are sometimes the seeds of the biggest transformations. Go through your old journals, photos, or any reminders from the past that inspire you to remember what you truly want. The past has a peculiar way of showing us who we are, and what once excited us can offer valuable clues about what we need today. Next, engage in an exercise of specificity. We all want a happy life, but what truly brings you joy? Happiness is such a broad concept that it can lose its essence if we don't anchor it in the concrete. What experiences or activities make you feel fulfilled? Happiness is not a destination. It's a feeling we experience at specific moments. If your desire is to be more generous, how can you start doing it today? Generosity doesn't need to wait until you have more to give. It can show up in the simplest things: a smile, a kind word, attentive listening. Don't let limiting beliefs stop you. Those beliefs are like invisible walls that only exist in your mind, and the only way to tear them down is to face them. The only limit should be physics. Everything else is within your reach. Mental limits are just illusions. True expansion begins when you dare to imagine without restrictions. When you write down what you love, you are building a solid foundation for the next step, giving value to those aspirations. It's not enough to know what you want. You also need to recognize what truly matters. Valuing your goals doesn't just mean making a list. It also means reflecting deeply on what really drives you. True reflection happens when you ask yourself, why is this important to me? By doing this, you will find the energy that will push you forward with determination. Analyze what risks you're willing to take, knowing that every ambition has its cost and reward. The cost isn't always tangible, Sometimes it involves time, sacrifices, or overcoming your own fears. But every effort brings you closer to what you truly want. How much do each of those desires matter to you? Some goals might be more fleeting, simple curiosities that don't align with your main purpose, but that's okay to keep. These small goals are reminders that, although big aspirations matter, so do the small victories. Achieving them will give you immediate satisfaction and, at the same time, prepare you for the big ones. Small achievements, when combined, create an unstoppable force that drives you further than you imagined possible. Those small achievements provide you with the energy and confidence to tackle more ambitious projects. Every step, no matter how small, strengthens your belief in yourself. Think about it carefully. Is it worth it? Not all goals deserve our energy, and it's important to discern which ones truly reflect our purpose. This discernment is crucial because it helps us avoid falling into momentary distractions that take us away from what we really want to achieve. Will this goal be meaningful in the future, in 10 years, or is it just a fleeting distraction? Sometimes we find ourselves chasing goals that, in the long run, don't contribute to our growth. The key is knowing whether what you seek not only benefits you, but also positively impacts others. Are you clear if this aspiration will benefit others, or will it only impact you? When thinking about what you want to achieve, ask yourself if you're willing to commit to it, knowing that some dreams require effort and sacrifice, but they're not impossible. If the answer is yes, then you've found something truly worth pursuing. This commitment shouldn't be seen as a burden, but as a powerful declaration of intentions. If you're willing to go further, it's because you know that the final outcome has profound value. When choosing your purpose, take the time you need. In today's society, we are constantly rushing, but what you are deciding has the power to transform your life. So don't underestimate the importance of each step. Sometimes haste makes us lose sight of what we truly want. Don't rush the process. Let it unfold naturally. Start small, without pressure, and remember that every great journey begins with a small action. Each tiny step, although insignificant at first glance, is a building block in constructing your destiny. If you focus on what truly matters, you won't stop until you achieve it. Persistence, more than speed, is what determines long-term success. As an example, look at the story of Scott Hamilton, the former Olympic figure skater. His simple desire to do a backflip on ice became a passion that led him to win a gold medal. These kinds of ambitions, while they may seem small at the start, can become the pillars that hold up your entire life. The small goals we often underestimate, if pursued with passion and dedication, have the power to transform us deeply. So in the end, it's not just about what you want now, but what you want to build in the long term. Have confidence in your ability to choose wisely. The future is not written, and it's up to you to take control of your life. And remember, the key to achieving your dreams lies in knowing what truly matters to you. Now that you have a clear direction, don't lose sight of your destination. Keeping the vision of your goal is essential to not stray when difficulties arise. The path to your goal won't be direct or easy. It will be built step by step. It's not enough to take a single action. It's about making consistent decisions and continuing to move forward, even when progress seems slow. This process can be frustrating, but it's precisely that constant effort that will allow you to go further. Remember that building a dream is more solid when each step is firm and aligned with your purpose. Instant gratification should not be your expectation when pursuing a big goal. We live in a world where everything seems to want to be instantaneous, but true progress is measured over the long term. In moments when the reward is not immediate, remember that what really matters is consistency, perseverance, and patience. Don't look for immediate results. True satisfaction comes when you see how your accumulated efforts finally pay off. Every day of work, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is part of the fabric that forms success. The process is just as valuable as the result. Having a clear plan sounds ideal, but life has the ability to surprise us with its unpredictability. That's why it's crucial to be prepared to seize opportunities, no matter how small. Flexibility and openness are essential qualities on any journey. Every step you take, every effort you put in, even if it doesn't give you immediate results, adds up towards the realization of your dream. In life, we can't always control what will happen, but we can control how we respond to it. Preparation will allow you to be ready when the opportunity comes, without missing the perfect moment due to lack of knowledge or action. In the end, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to always be ready to act. Researching before diving into a new project or career is vital. It's easy to feel driven by the excitement of something new, but deep knowledge and preparation are the keys to making that passion something tangible. The internet can be an invaluable source of information to refine your ambition and solidify your decision. Do your homework now to be ready when the opportunity presents itself. But don't just sit back and wait. Opportunities don't usually fall from the sky. You need to move, ask questions, investigate, take action. Knock on doors, meet new people, attend events, stay active. Opportunity doesn't wait for anyone. It's about taking action to create the circumstances where success can arise. When undertaking a task, eliminate distractions. Focus is essential to ensure that your effort translates into results. Multitasking is an illusion. What really matters is putting all your energy into what truly brings you closer to your goals. It's not about doing more, but about doing well what really matters. Every moment of focus, every focused effort brings you closer to your goals. Quality, more than quantity, will define your success. Protect your time and energy, and align them with what you really want to achieve. Make sure every action you take is aligned with your purpose, leaving no space for aimless efforts. The right direction is more important than speed. You may feel stuck at some point. This feeling is natural on any journey, but what matters is how you react to it. Past failures are nothing more than limiting beliefs that have formed in your mind. These beliefs do not define your future. What happened before has no power over what you can achieve now. The past is just a teacher, not a jailer. Remember the times when someone didn't believe in you or underestimated your achievements. Those moments no longer have power over you. True power lies in the present and in the way you rise up. Now is the time to create empowering beliefs, thoughts that motivate you to keep going, take risks, try something new. The beliefs that build you are the ones that push you forward, not the ones that keep you stuck. Also, remember all the times your loved ones recognize your achievements. These affirmations will help strengthen your self-confidence. The recognition of others, even though it's not always necessary, can be a powerful source of energy. If you want, you can even recreate habits that remind you of those moments of acceptance, like sharing those small family rituals that gave you strength. These moments are reminders of your ability to achieve what you set out to do. Or, if you prefer, do a self-assessment exercise, praising yourself for each step you take. Belief in yourself and your abilities will be a fundamental pillar to overcome any mental barrier. What you think of yourself will be the foundation upon which you will build your success. Trust in yourself, seek support from those around you, and, above all, keep moving forward. Success is not for those who stop, but for those who persist, for those who continue even when circumstances are not favorable. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Success is within reach for those who do not stop, for those who persist even when the path becomes challenging. Your opportunity is waiting. You just have to be ready to seize it. Once you have a clear plan, begin to take action. Don't wait any longer, because immediate action will provide the necessary momentum to move forward. Procrastination, that habit we all know too well, is one of the biggest obstacles in any process. The truth is that the first step, though small, is the most powerful because it starts a cycle of action that can only be consolidated through consistency. It's like when you start running. The first step is the heaviest, but once your body gets into rhythm, everything flows more naturally. Remember that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal, and that accumulation of efforts, though invisible at first, is what will eventually transform your vision into reality. Throughout this process, you will inevitably face challenges. Procrastination will be a constant temptation, but the key is understanding that it's not a battle of willpower, but a matter of clarity. When you feel stuck or put things off, dive into the reasons holding you back. This doesn't only help identify the fears lurking beneath your resistance, but also empowers you to confront and transform them. Sometimes the fear of the unknown or the fear of failure can paralyze us, but by facing those emotions head-on, we can disarm them. Action is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. By understanding our resistances, we can free ourselves from them and move forward with greater determination. Self-sabotage is another common trap. Sometimes the temptation to distract ourselves or avoid the necessary effort doesn't come from the fear of failure, but from the fear of success. What if we really achieve our goals? What would that mean for our lives? The fear of success is often based on the uncertainty of what comes next, the changes we'll have to face. However, you must be prepared when things start to go well. A plan for managing success is as crucial as the plan to face failures because, in the end, what we fear could be exactly what leads us to our greatest evolution. It's easy to see success as a change in status, but it's also an inner transformation that requires preparation, humility, and openness. Along this path, you will also face resistance from others. People who don't understand your vision or who feel threatened by your progress may try to discourage you. Don't let the opinions of others stop you. The negativity of others reflects their own dissatisfaction with their lives, not the validity of your dreams. You are the architect of your own destiny, and external criticism can only affect you if you allow it. Instead of seeing criticism as an obstacle, you can use it as fuel for your fire. Transforming that negativity into inspiration is a powerful skill, a way to align external energies with your internal purpose. By sharing your dream, not only do you move forward, but you can also inspire others to pursue theirs. The power of spreading passion is limitless. When someone sees your faith in your project, that spark can ignite the fire in their own life. Remember that positive ambition is more contagious than any negativity. Passion is a spark that can ignite the fire in others, and the key is to keep that fire alive within yourself. As you move forward, that passion will fuel your energy, and it will be that energy that carries you through when things get tough. The road to success is much more bearable when you are able to connect with others who share your vision, even if at first, your own faith is your only engine. Distractions, both big and small, will also test your determination. It's crucial to stay focused, and this requires mental discipline. Distractions don't just come in the form of social media or emails, but also from thoughts and emotions that try to divert your attention. Make a list of your dreams and review what is actually feasible to achieve right now. Don't punish yourself for not being able to do everything at once. Instead, focus on what is within your reach and make each small step count. This practice will help you measure your progress clearly, ensuring that what you are doing today aligns with what truly matters. Take time every day to review your plan and evaluate if your actions are still on the right path. Every decision counts. Make one call a day. Contact someone who can help you move toward your goal. Small acts of connection are the seeds of future opportunities, and if you can, invest in assistance. Having help for daily tasks or to free up time is an investment that translates into significant growth. Delegating is not just a way to lighten the load. It's an intelligent strategy that allows you to focus on what really matters. Also, set small, achievable goals that allow you to celebrate progress. Recognizing progress, no matter how small, keeps motivation high, and progress becomes a positive cycle that propels you to new heights. One of the keys to success is constant action. It doesn't matter if things seem imperfect or difficult at first. What matters is to keep going. Perfection is the enemy of action, and constant action is the way to mastery. Daily practice, even if it's 1,000 words, is what takes you to the next level. Perfectionism can paralyze you, but persistence takes you far. Actions, even small, always add up, and over time, you'll notice how they consolidate into tangible achievements. Don't let distractions steer you off the path. It's completely normal for obstacles to arise, but the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who fall by the wayside lies in the ability to stay focused. Your ultimate goal should be your only priority. This doesn't mean ignoring other responsibilities, but recognizing when a distraction becomes an obstacle. Free your mind from everything that doesn't contribute to your mission and put all your energy into what really matters. Every step, every effort brings you closer to the greatest version of yourself. And though the perfect moment won't arrive on its own, you can create it with the action you take today. The path to success is full of ups and downs, and often failure presents itself as an obstacle where many feel trapped. But in reality, failure is an essential part of the process. It is not something you should fear, but something from which you should learn. Failure is an opportunity in disguise, a signal that we are trying new things, pushing our limits, and above all, progressing. The key is to understand why it happened and how you can improve. Every setback contains valuable lessons, and when we understand its purpose, we can turn it into the spark that drives us to keep moving forward. Setbacks are not permanent if you have the right mindset. The faster we can get back up, the faster we move forward. Resilience is forged in moments of difficulty. It is the act of getting back up that allows you to strengthen your character and turn your mistakes into stepping stones towards success. Learning through failure is fundamental to your growth. Those who don't finish what they start, who get distracted by new ideas without completing the old ones, will never reach the level of success they desire. It's natural to want to jump from one idea to another, but true mastery lies in perseverance. Success is not built on a pile of abandoned dreams, but on the consistent work that occurs when we decide not to give up. The only way to ascend is to be able to set aside pride and accept that you won't be perfect from the start. Nobody starts out as an expert. Perfection is an illusion that fades when we understand that what truly matters is perseverance. Every step, even the clumsiest, moves us toward the most competent version of ourselves. It's not about being an expert right away. It's about learning to persevere, even when things don't turn out as you expected. Perseverance is what takes you from one failure to another without losing enthusiasm for improvement. Acknowledging that failure is inevitable frees you from the pressure of perfection. Perfection is not the goal. Authenticity in the process is. Instead of giving up, create a plan to move forward. Observe your reactions to setbacks. By analyzing them, you realize that true strength does not lie in avoiding obstacles, but in how you choose to face them. Allow those failures to teach you and develop a strategy to bounce back. Don't punish yourself. Instead, embrace yourself with compassion and love, just as a greater force would. Self-punishment only reinforces negative self-perception. Compassion, on the other hand, liberates and allows growth. Remember, failure is not your enemy, it is a teacher in disguise. It teaches us lessons that no success could ever provide. And though it may be uncomfortable, it is the school where great minds are forged. As your ambitions grow, so do the challenges. Great achievements bring with them great failures. Bob Goff, for example, allows himself 3 big failures a year, and he doesn't feel guilty about it. It's a powerful reminder that failure is not a reflection of our inability, but of our willingness to venture into the unknown. Most people are afraid of others seeing their falls, and that's why they avoid the difficulties that can actually take them to success. But hiding the stumbles doesn't make them go away. It only traps them in a lie. Failure, far from weakening us, has the power to give us credibility, because it shows that we are willing to risk everything to reach our goals. In life, it's not just about victory, but about what we learn through the struggle. True admiration comes from those who take risks, who have failed and learned from their falls. We all admire those who get back up after falling, those who turn scars into a show of courage. Failures are not something to be ashamed of. On the contrary, they are what demonstrate your authenticity. If everything you accomplished came easily, without challenges, would you really have something to share with the world? What deeply connects us with others is not our flawless successes, but our stories of struggle and overcoming. The stumbles, though painful, are what allow you to evolve. It is the darkest moments that, if faced with courage, reveal the light of our true strength. Goff remembers an experience while climbing with his friend Jack. At a critical moment, he too got tangled with the rope. What seemed like a mistake, but in reality, was an opportunity to analyze and adjust his approach. In those moments of apparent error, we can discover the twists and adjustments we need to reach new heights. This reflection helped him ensure his friend's safety, and both made it to the top. What matters here is not what seemed to have gone wrong, but how each person, despite mistakes, adjusted to the situation with clarity and courage. The true lesson is not in the fall, but in the ability to adapt and move forward, even when everything seems out of control. Just like climbing, it's not just about seeming prepared, but actually being prepared. Life skills, such as resilience, patience, and adaptability, are not acquired in easy moments, but in difficult ones. Whenever you feel lost or disoriented, take a moment to reconnect with yourself. In the midst of chaos, inner calm is what allows us to find the right direction. Moments of doubt are opportunities to return to the essentials, to strengthen your beliefs and reinforce your foundations. If your values are solid, even the strongest wind will not be able to knock you down. Remember, your values are the map that will guide you, not only in good times, but especially when facing challenges. They are the ones that anchor you in the storm, the ones that remind you of your purpose when everything seems to shake. Never underestimate the power of words. Words have their own energy, and what you say, both to yourself and to others, can transform your reality. In moments of doubt, the right words are what return you to the path. Find the right words and let them propel you forward. If you anchor yourself in your beliefs, acting out of love, you can overcome any obstacle. Failure, far from being an end, is just a pause that prepares you for something much greater. Do not stop at the fall. Use each stumble as a catapult that propels you toward your best version. We all long for a life full of joy and satisfaction, but each of us has our own path to happiness. The pursuit of happiness is not a one-size-fits-all formula, but a personal journey that unfolds through our decisions, values, and efforts. The trick is to choose your path, prepare yourself, and take each step with determination. It's not just about waiting for happiness to arrive. It's about building it step by step, like a craftsman who, with dedication, molds his masterpiece. If you follow your true ambition, if you truly believe in it and commit to it, you will see that you will achieve it, not by luck, but through the strength of your work and perseverance. Perseverance not only takes you to your goal, but it transforms you into the person you need to be to reach that goal. It is a process of constant evolution. Today, you probably already have more clarity on what you are passionate about, the people who accompany you on your journey, and the skills you have developed. This is the foundational work, the base on which you will build. But this base is only valuable if you choose to build on it. It's not enough to know what you love or to have the support of those around you. The true key lies in action. This is the moment to take the next step. Planning is essential, but you can't stay looking at the map forever. There comes a point when you need to land the plane, set your plans into motion, and trust the process. Fear and uncertainty are inevitable, but action must not depend on them. As you move forward despite them, this is when you truly begin to learn and grow. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. It's time to take the first step. Remember, even a small step is better than taking no step at all. Leave behind all the excuses that tell you why you shouldn't try. Excuses are like mirages. They seem real at the moment, but when we approach, we realize they have no substance. Instead, gather the reasons why you can succeed and let those thoughts drive you to dream without limitations. The real momentum does not come from the absence of fears, but from overcoming them. Today is the perfect day to start, not because everything is perfect, but because every day is an opportunity to move towards what you desire. Always remember your purpose and the guidance you've set for yourself, and keep moving forward, even when facing obstacles. Obstacles are not signs that something is wrong, but signs that you are on the right path, challenging your limits and expanding your horizons. Falls will be inevitable, but what matters is getting back up and moving forward, never losing sight of the path you've chosen. Resilience is not measured by how many times you fall, but by how quickly you rise. In difficult moments, remember that you have a solid support system. Do not face adversity alone. True strength is not in avoiding difficulty, but in knowing you can count on others when you need them most. Share your feelings and thoughts with the people who care about you. The emotional wisdom you gain from those around you will be an invaluable asset on your path to success. No one achieves great things without the help of others. Emotional support is the safety net that keeps you grounded when the path becomes challenging. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Self-compassion is an act of courage because we are often more willing to be harsh with ourselves than with others. No matter where you come from or how far your goal may seem, you deserve to be happy and to achieve success. True happiness is not in the result, but in the process, in the inner peace you feel while pursuing what truly matters. You have a divine purpose and deserve to experience joy and fulfillment. Love is the force that can lift you when you need it most. Love for yourself, for your dreams, and for the process. It drives you, energizes you, and motivates you to achieve everything you set your mind to. Never underestimate the power of self-compassion and love on your journey. So, be honest with yourself. Allow yourself to dream big and act accordingly. The biggest dreams come true when you are honest with yourself about what you truly desire and work with your heart in it. Ask yourself these key questions to strengthen your path. Why haven't you reached your goals yet? The answer to this question is not about blaming others, but about exploring what has held you back. What knowledge do you need to acquire? Learning never ends, and there is always something new that can open new doors in your life. Who are the 3 people who can help you achieve it? The right connections can be the catalyst that propels your success. Are there new connections you can make to move even faster? The magic of progress often lies in collaboration and the opportunity to learn from others. Which of your ambitions require resources you cannot compromise? It is crucial to acknowledge that some dreams require sacrifices, while others just need to be adjusted. And what goal truly excites you, inspires you, and pushes you to keep going? This is the goal that should be your north, your reason to keep going every day. Reflect on these answers and use what you learn to design your next step with clarity, focus, and bravery. The road is not always easy, but with clarity and bravery, every step gets you closer to the life you desire. Thank you for staying until the end and for joining me on this journey of transformation. I hope that what you've heard has not only touched your thoughts, but also your heart, and that it motivates you to take that first step toward what you truly deserve. The path to success, fulfillment, and inner peace begins with a decision, and today, by hearing these words, that decision is already taking shape within you. If this content has resonated with you, if you feel it aligns with what you're seeking, I invite you to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so we can continue moving toward a greater future together. Your support is what makes it possible to keep sharing these types of reflections that can change lives. Remember, what truly matters is not how much you know, but what you're willing to do with what you know. Don't let the perfect moment wait for you. Make the perfect moment now. See you soon, and keep moving forward toward what is already destined for you.